Hello, here with Senior Coach Marty Mattner to talk all things Sturt from the weekend that was, kicking off into finals.
So Chris, great win over North Adelaide down at Glenelg, or down at Sturt Roval. What were the key takeaways from the game?
Really good win for the guys in the end. It was a pretty tight battle for most of the day. We were up by 9 at three-quarter time and ended the game up by 41. So great finish in the last quarter, which was good for the boys. We spoke a lot about playing your role, and I think across all areas of the ground, the guys were able to do that. Certainly started a lot with the midfield, really strong midfield. Our contested work was excellent. We won clearances by 6 and contested possessions by 33, which was great. Forwards again, tools and smalls. Certainly Burrows and Ferris were able to finish off their work, which was great, with Buzz with 6-1 and Ferris with 4 straight. But the smalls played their part really well in terms of ground level stuff, and then the defenders just were able to win their matchups on the day. So really pleasing day.
And moving forward, looking forward to the preliminary final against South Adelaide at Noongar. What's some areas you can still keep improving in?
We'll certainly review tonight, and like every week, we're trying to get better every day, has been the mantra all year really. So we'll review and have a look at some areas of things we can do, and again touch on those positives that we want to continue to do.
Yep. And I guess coming from 5th with the playing group, especially the younger reserve guys, what's been some challenges and some positives for them playing finals footy?
It's always, that's what you play for every year, finals, isn't it? And always thought if we could scrape into 5th. We've had our challenges this year with injury and personnel and whatever else, and who we could put on the park, and lots of changes every week. But I thought if we could get there, we would make a challenge for it, which has been good. And I think every finals game we can play certainly helps with the league guys having more numbers and energy on track, but certainly for reserves guys and for the younger guys, their development playing in big finals is really important.
Yeah, I guess that flows into the next question. Is at the moment the reserves, the 18s in the league, are all still alive in the finals and in September. What's that do for the club and the energy around the place?
It's fantastic. Again, that's what we strive for every year, is to play finals. And the 16s weren't far off it as well, and the women's had a successful year. So great result for the club. Certainly there's plenty happening around the place, and it's always a nicer place to be when you're winning. But yeah, hopefully this week will be a good one, and the next as well for the club. Marty, so well done to you guys and the league men, straight through to a grand final. Fantastic win yesterday against Glenelg. What were some of your key takeaways from the game?
Yeah, we played really well for probably 75-80% of the game. I thought the start of quarters were really good. The first and the second, we started really well, which is pleasing and positive on the front foot. And probably our second half was some of the best footy we've played all year. And even the last probably 10-15 minutes of the game, we were able to kick sort of 4 goals and kick away. But yeah, we played some really good footy offensively. We were really good again. Had moments in the first half, as I said, started well, but the second half I thought we really showcased the offence and being able to score and score heavily as well. But also to restricted opposition as well to 2 goals is pleasing.
Well done. And so even with that strong performance and an even game, what are you working on to try and get better for 2 weeks' time?
I guess we'll just keep working on, there's little areas of the game and little probably lapses in that first half that we weren't quite up to the level we need to be. And we know the finals, you've got to be on for the whole game. And we had those couple of lapses, and we know teams like Glenelg that are that good, they can hurt you really quickly. So we'll review that part of the game. We'll also keep reviewing our offence. How can we still get more efficient and get better with our offence, especially probably inside 50. But I thought we were pretty good on the weekend, but there's always room to improve in that area.
So big prelim final this week, Glenelg and Norwood.
Yep.
Will you be watching, and how do you match up sort of the balance between, I suppose, us and the opposition that we will play? Yeah,
it's an interesting one that we've had 2 weeks now where we'll train. We don't really know who the opposition is. So I guess from that point of view, we'll just focus on ourselves this week, about what we can control, and I guess a bit about how we're going to defend and offend and contest and that sort of stuff. And then once the weekend's game occurs, which we'll probably get together as a coaching group and some of the players watch it as well, but we'll watch that on Sunday live. It's always nice to be there live. And then, yeah, once we work out our opposition, then we'll start focusing a little bit on them and then still about us as well. But that's sort of how our last couple of weeks have been, and we think that's worked well.
And so in terms of the next fortnight, in terms of training loads and how we look, what are we looking for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, I guess it's probably just about preparing the players best we can for the grand final in a couple of weeks' time. We've got sort of 4, I guess, or 3 or 4 bigger sessions in there. There's some smaller sessions in amongst all that the players can still prepare and get better. But there's not much more we can do from a fitness point of view. I mean, the players have had a big training load throughout the year, and we've worked on what we needed to work on from a fitness point of view. So there's not much more we can do there. It's more about just fine-tuning a few things on field, structure-wise, game plan-wise, and then, like I said, just preparing the players as best we can for the next 2 weeks.
Excellent.
So the under-18s are in the grand final, which is played before the preliminary final at Adelaide Oval on the weekend. How special is that for, the juniors and the club as well?
Yeah, great result for the guys and for Scotty Preble, the talent manager and 18s coach. Again, real focus to continue to work on the juniors and development of the club. Certainly our philosophy is to continue to provide opportunities for those juniors in the senior program. I'm sure we'll have plenty of good players coming up next year into the seniors. So, but to be able to get onto Adelaide Oval on Sunday. They do play West Adelaide at 12 o'clock on Sunday. To be able to win through from the prelim finals, a great result. And again, it's going to be great for their development, first and foremost, to play in those big games, and also another opportunity for recruiters to see some of those guys to, potentially get their way onto an AFL list. And Marty, obviously a busy time with finals. It's exciting and plenty happening. We had a great crew out with the members night the other night, and then into grand final week in terms of with Rundle Mall presentations and those sorts of things. What does that mean for the wider community, the Sturt community at this time?
Yeah, I think for members, supporters, everyone, there's a bit of energy going around at the moment, and great place to be around the club at the moment. Yeah, Wednesday night we had quite a few people upstairs in the Thomas room. Players went up for dinner after as well. There was quite a crew here watching training, which is nice. I think just having all the different teams in as well draws a lot more people. The weather's improved as well. There's a lot more people sort of watching training and those sorts of things as well. We'll also have the Rundle Mall appearance, I think the day before the grand final in a couple of weeks' time as well. So all these things, it's just a build-up, I guess, to that finals type of atmosphere you get this time of year. So it's a great place to be. And it's a good time of the year to be playing footy.
Excellent. So some big games this weekend. Reserves into a prelim final against South Adelaide at Noarlunga Oval, 11 a.m. on Saturday, and then into the under-18s before the league prelim final for their grand final at 12 o'clock at Adelaide Oval.